If your garlic bulbs keep coming out small, hollow, or weak no matter how much you feed them, the problem isn't your effort, it's your timing. The biggest mistake modern gardeners make is trying to push garlic to grow faster, when the real secret to massive, dense, fist-sized bulbs is knowing when to slow everything down. Centuries ago, monks mastered this balance, growing garlic that stored all winter, resisted rot, and delivered intense flavor and medicinal strength. Today on Crop Corner we're breaking down exactly how they did it, and how you can apply the same principles in your own garden starting this season. Garlic is not a plant that rewards force, it remembers how it was treated from the very beginning. Early stress, excessive feeding, or warm soil at planting time permanently limits bulb size. The monks observed that garlic grown slowly, under controlled hardship, produced heavier bulbs with tighter cloves and deeper flavor. What looks like restraint on the surface is actually a strategy that directs energy where it matters most, underground. Garlic has a unique relationship with time. When growth is rushed early on, the plant prioritizes leaves instead of storage. That leafy growth might look impressive in spring, but it comes at the cost of bulb development later. Bulbs that swell too quickly stay watery and weak, while those that build gradually become dense and heavy. The monk method relies on controlled limitation. By withholding easy nutrients and encouraging steady root expansion, the plant invests in a foundation that can support large bulbs later. This is why supermarket garlic, grown with quick-release fertilizers, almost never matches the size, weight, or storage quality of traditionally grown garlic. Cold is not an obstacle for garlic, it is a requirement. Garlic cloves need prolonged cold exposure to trigger hormonal signals that tell the plant to focus on underground storage rather than survival growth. A few cold nights are not enough. The soil must stay cold long enough to force dormancy above ground while roots quietly expand below. Planting too early causes premature leaf growth, which is then damaged by frost. That damage weakens the plant before spring even begins. Planting late, just before the soil freezes, keeps the clove dormant on the surface while it builds a deep, wide root system underground. This root expansion during dormancy is one of the most overlooked reasons monks consistently grew large bulbs. When spring arrives, garlic that experienced true winter awakens with a powerful underground network already in place. That head start translates directly into bulb size. One of the biggest differences between modern gardening and monk gardening is patience with soil. Garlic does not perform well in freshly enriched beds. Monks prepared garlic beds at least one full season in advance, allowing organic matter to fully break down and soil life to stabilize. The ideal soil is loose, deep, and biologically active, but not rich in immediately available nitrogen. Fresh manure was avoided completely because it releases nutrients too fast and pushes leaf growth. Instead, fully aged compost and decomposed leaf mold were incorporated early and left to mature. A small amount of aged wood ash was sometimes added to balance pH and provide trace minerals, but never fresh ash and never in excess. The goal was mineral balance, not stimulation. Once prepared, the beds were treated as sacred ground. No walking, no compacting, no unnecessary digging. Garlic roots need open space. Compacted soil is one of the fastest ways to shrink bulb size, no matter how much fertilizer is applied later. Timing is everything with garlic. The monk method plants cloves late, just before the soil freezes. The objective is root establishment without leaf emergence. Each clove is placed pointy side up, deep enough to stay insulated but not buried excessively. Spacing matters more than most gardeners realize. Generous spacing allows roots to expand freely without competition. Crowded garlic always produces smaller bulbs because root zones overlap too early. Mulching is used sparingly. A light layer of straw is acceptable, but heavy mulch that keeps soil warm defeats the purpose. Snow is ideal insulation because it protects the cloves while maintaining cold soil temperatures. Cold-driven dormancy signals the plant to prioritize storage. This hormonal trigger ensures proper clove separation and tight bulb formation later in the season. Monks understood that plants respond to mild struggle by strengthening themselves. Garlic grown in lean soil early on invests heavily in root growth, searching for nutrients locked within the soil matrix. This slow unlocking process, driven by microbial activity, delivers nutrition exactly when bulb formation begins. Earthworms and fungal networks were encouraged, not disturbed. These organisms improve soil structure and gradually release minerals. Instead of feeding the plant directly, the monks fed the soil and let biology do the work. This approach results in garlic that grows steadily without spikes. Steady growth equals dense bulbs with superior storage potential. While heavy feeding is avoided, there is one gentle support method that aligns perfectly with the monk philosophy. Aged compost tea provides a mild, balanced nutrient infusion without forcing growth. To prepare it, take 5 liters of water and add 500 grams of fully matured compost or leaf mold. Stir thoroughly and let it sit for 24 hours. This allows beneficial microbes and soluble nutrients to infuse the water. Apply this solution evenly over a 10 square meter garlic bed in early spring before shoots emerge. This timing supports root activity without triggering excessive leaf growth. The result is stronger bulb development later without sacrificing density. After planting, restraint becomes critical. Garlic beds should remain undisturbed. No digging, no hoeing, and no unnecessary traffic. Even shallow cultivation can damage fine feeder roots that determine final bulb size. Weeds should be removed gently by hand. Garlic thrives in uniform conditions. Disturbance introduces stress that redirects energy away from bulb formation. Mixing varieties in the same bed is another hidden mistake. Different garlic types have different growth rhythms and nutrient demands. When mixed, they compete unevenly, resulting in inconsistent bulbs. Planting a single variety per bed keeps growth synchronized and maximizes size and flavor. Monks never saved seed garlic randomly. They selected cloves from bulbs that stored well, resisted rot, and matured evenly. Size alone was not enough. Reliability mattered more. By replanting only the best-performing garlic year after year, they gradually developed strains perfectly adapted to their local conditions. Modern gardeners can do the same by saving cloves from healthy, well-storing bulbs and discarding weak or uneven ones. Over several seasons, this practice alone can dramatically improve bulb size and consistency. The unifying principle behind the monk method is restraint. Cold forces dormancy, lean soil strengthens roots, careful selection improves genetics, mild stress early builds resilience later, excess water and nitrogen-rich fertilizers produce tall, weak plants that never form large bulbs. Garlic must be guided, not pushed. When allowed to follow its natural rhythm, it rewards patience with size, density, and unmatched flavor. The result is garlic that feels heavy in your hand, with thick, tight cloves that store through winter. The flavor is sharp, complex, and medicinal in a way most modern garlic has lost. This is not a shortcut. It cannot be bottled or sold. It requires observation, patience, and respect for the soil. But when done right, the transformation is undeniable. Garlic becomes a resilient, storied crop rather than a fragile commodity. If you found this guide valuable and want more deep, practical growing knowledge like this, subscribe to Crop Corner and share this with fellow gardeners who are ready to grow garlic the way it was meant to be grown, strong, dense, and unforgettable.